It's me, and we're going to talk about the Mercury cube at this point. So this isn't like the previous one where I turned it into a circle cube. I actually have a bona fide Mercury cube where basically all the centers are fixed except for one. The thing about the planet Mercury is the fact that it's so close to the Sun. It exhibits a phenomenon called, well, something like tidal locking, where the orbit and the rotation are very close to each other. It's not completely tidally locked like the Moon, but it's like a 3-to-2 proportion. So because of that, one side is preferentially locked into position, just like this, while all the other sides are free to go about their business normally. So hence, the one side that's kind of locked into position here. Now, the thing that's different about doing these cubes, these Super 3x3, especially the Mercury cube, is before when we solved the circle cube, all these little corner triangles just fell into place. Not so in this case, because since this is tidally locked, so to speak, it can mess all of that up. So we have to figure out how to deal with that. So what we're going to do is scramble it and see if we can't navigate our way through that. Abracadabra. And it's scrambled. Okay. So this is going to be very different and unlike a lot of previous cubes that we saw. I'm going to still do it in a layer-by-layer method utilizing the same algorithms. We're only going to have one new algorithm that deals with how to deal with these centers. And to be absolutely honest with you, this becomes more strategy than algorithm, and I honestly don't know how this is going to turn out. So we're just going to kind of walk through it together. So the first step is to, of course, establish our cross. And because this white side is very different, and as long as everything is bandaged to it, or tidally locked, so to speak, this is going to be the first layer that we're going to want to deal with. So what we're going to do is, first thing we want to do actually, is get all of the middle areas in our centers. So we're going to end up with a plus sign with each one of these. So starting off with the yellow layer, we'll just put those into position using this white layer as a focus of rotation to get things where they want to be. So I'm going to move this down into here, this down into here. This is already in place. This is already in place. Now, if this wasn't in place the way that we wanted it, say it was you have this here, we move this into place. Now, how are we going to get this guy where it's supposed to be? Well, we just put it up on the white layer, turn it, because unlike the other layers, turning would do no good with the centers. But here we can turn it exactly where we want it and move it into place. In this case, move it down here. So we've got this plus over here. Similarly, we're going to use the top layer, the tidally locked layer, to put these in position. These are always going to be easily rotated. So these will always be in the proper configuration, as will the bottom, as you can see. So now we just have to get these parts, and this is done pretty much intuitively. So starting with the red, I want to move the red in here. So I'm going to do a pattern where I'm going to move this to the side, kind of kick this out of the way here, above where the white is. So move this up, which moves this yellow one up. Then I'm going to rotate this by 90 degrees and punch it back down. So you can see it put that back in with that there too. Nothing earth-shattering about this. It's done pretty intuitively. Let's do the green one. Green one here. So I want this to come into position here. So I'm going to turn this in a direction where I'm going to kick one out. Kick this out over here, turn it, move it into place. And I'm just going to continue to do that. Blue, I'll do the blue one here. So put this down here, actually put it here, bring the white one up, white on white, turn 90 degrees, kick it back down. So we've got the orange one, put the orange one, replace it with the red, red back up, turn, again this is all strategy, no algorithms are needed, put the red one into place, here's the red, move it here, I'll replace it with the yellow, bring this up, turn 90 degrees, bring it in, orange rather, I'm going to put the orange back here, move up, replace it, and I keep cycling this around until I'm eventually done. Obviously I'm not going to be done yet because my white one is here with the blue, so I've got a blue one and the green that needs to go up. So, kick the blue one in here, rotate it out, put the green one in place. That just leaves the blue, as we anticipated. Put the white one up, rotate this in, and bring it down. So again, all intuitively, we can bring this top layer where it needs. So we have a nice plus sign putting all of these middle ones in place. So the next step is, right now it's exactly like the circle cube. And we're going to solve the white middles for the cross in exactly the same way. So I'm going to try to find the white and red over here and on and on. So here we see the white and blue, but it's skewed. It's basically upside down. It's inverted. So I'm going to move it here, bring it down, move it out of the way, and bring it back. So here's the white, which is opposite. We want to move it up here. But we're going to do that grab and drag thing that we did with the circle cube. So I need to move a white one down here to grab it and then drag it up to meet this blue. So here's the white over here. So I'm just gonna put that down here, grab it, and drag it up to here. So you can see we have that here. And we're just gonna follow suit with all the rest. So let's find another white one. Here's another white and green. Can move that down, across, and get used to moving things back. So white and green side is, well, actually green side is here. So I'm going to put the white one down here so I can grab it and drag it, put it down here, grab it, and because I've already got this green sitting here waiting, right, I drag it up, and there it is. And same thing with all the rest. Here's a white and red, put this down here, turn, put this back. This is already here at the red, but I need to bring the white down, so I'm going to move this over for the time being. Put the white one down, put the white one here, and drag it up. So we have our cross in our first layer. Pretty good. So we basically fill in the corners, and it's really no big deal here. I assume you all know this, because, like I say, you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't. So we'll put these in the same place. Boom, boom, bang. So we're just filling in our corners. And do it by any mechanism that you enjoy the most. Move this into place here, and bang, and move this down here. So I'm just filling in these corners. So what's interesting is that Mercury's day is longer than its year because of this tidal locking phenomenon. A Mercury day is about a Mercury year is about 88 Earth days. A Mercury day is about 176 Earth days. So its year is actually longer than its day, which makes for interesting puzzle formations. Anyway, so here's our first layer. Now we do our second layer in exactly the same way as we've done second layers before. Well, okay, we have to kick one of these out here. If there's any questions on what I'm doing, let me know. I'm kind of assuming you all know this. All right, red and green. So I'll move this here to move this down. All right, there's that there. Here's green and orange. Move that into place. So we're going to make quick work out of this. And are we done? Nope. This must go here. And almost, but not quite. This must go here. Alright, so far no big surprises. Here's our second layer.